So the other day I hit 10 million views on YouTube, and I just wanted to make a video to say thank you. Thank you for your support. Whether you've been watching me for only one day, 1 year, or possibly 6 years since the very beginning. I doubt there's anyone around still from the very, very beginning, because as soon as I started to upload videos, you probably unsubscribed. I certainly have grown massively as a creator, from being pretty damn awful at the beginning to where I am now. And I'm still growing, I'm still improving, and I still want to improve. And I suppose that's the key point. I feel like this is still the beginning for me. I hope it's still the beginning. I hope I can push on and improve and gain more subscribers and get more views over the next few years. I'm absolutely loving creating. I obviously love creating stuff, because I wouldn't be still doing this. There's people that give it a go and after a few months give up because either it's not for them or they just lose the passion for it. I've continued to do it. I know I've had breaks from time to time, but I think anything like this, anything that you do for a long time, you kind of have to have a break from. But yes, 10 million views. I've got 44,700 odd subscribers right now. I suppose the growth over the years has been gradual. It's not been, I've had a few little surges, and until recently I had never experienced a big surge until the World Cup. It's always been gradual over those 6 years. As you can see from my YouTube analytics, there has been an upward trajectory. Trajectory, that's quite a hard word to say. But yes, from 2012 to present, you know, there is an upward trend there, as you can see. And interestingly, it actually took me 2 years to reach my first 1 million views. So anyone creating content and you're not getting many views, don't worry about it. It takes time, and it might be slower than that, but don't worry. If you're enjoying it, then it doesn't matter. I did this because I enjoyed it. I love Football Manager. I wanted to share my experiences of Football Manager with people. And from there on, it's just kind of grown. It's spiraled, hasn't it? But yeah, it took 2 years to get to my first million. I then managed to get another million views in that third year. So in the last 3 years, I've actually gained 8 million views, and every year it has increased, which is just, it's really pleasing. My best ever day was quite recently, 9th of July 2018. I got 58,000 views in 1 day, and that was the whole World Cup stuff. And as I mentioned previously, that was the first real surge I've ever had. Like, I've had these sort of things when the new games come out, so that happens to most creators that create Football Manager stuff. When a new game is released, you have a little bit of a burst in views. But the first time I've ever really experienced a massive subscriber uplift and views was during the World Cup, when I released all those experiments. I'm so pleased that people are continuing to watch me after all these years. It's obviously a fresh bunch. There's some of you that have been around a long time, but you know, I refresh my viewers every now and then with these sort of subscriber increases and view increases. Most viewed video, you might be interested to know. My face is going to get in their way, but let's turn that off a second. These are my most viewed videos ever. The World Cup simulated 100 times is my most viewed video ever, by quite a distance, as you can see there. I'm obviously committed to my YouTube channel, and the more I grow, and the more I do this, the more I start to think about the future, not just of my channel, but of me personally and my life. It's always been in the back of my mind that I could do this. I'd love to do this full time. And I suppose that's the key word, love to, but never really believed I could, never thought I could get big enough. Those of you that know how YouTube works, money-wise, you don't need to hear this, but for those of you that don't, basically you make money from YouTube via the adverts that are on videos, and you get some pennies from it. It's a very, very small amount per advert, of course. Essentially, it's like about it depends on what time of year, but the minimum you get really is about $1 per 1,000 views. I guess it really does depend on how many people have ad blocker on and that sort of thing. But there are other ways to make money from YouTube, and I've never made enough from ad revenue to even consider doing this full time, and I still don't. Nowhere near enough. I'd have to multiply my views by many, many times for that ever to be a thing where I could purely make a living from the ad revenue on YouTube videos. However, there are other ways. Most people will have heard of Patreon, and people have supported me over the years through Patreon when I've done my emulating series, but they've been one-off things where you've essentially paid for a service and I've provided it, and then you've stopped pledging through Patreon. But there's people like Loki Doki, Lulujo, Dr. Benji, there's a few others that have done very, very well from Patreon over the years, and they've really focused on the business side of their brand. I've never fully focused on it because I've never truly believed, I suppose, that this would ever become a full-time thing. I have a full-time job. I'm lucky enough to work from home, which enables me to do YouTube because I can make YouTube videos early in the morning, which I'm doing right now. I'm also able to edit stuff at lunchtime or just after work. I don't have a commute. It's brilliant, and it's enabled me to be able to do this. If I was working in an office, no way would I be able to do this. I'd probably release one video a week if I'm honest. So I'm really blessed to have this opportunity to do YouTube, but perhaps one day it could become a full-time thing in the future, and I'm going to start to ramp up Patreon a bit. Those of you that don't know, those of you that haven't watched my recent videos, I am bringing back Regen Rovers. It was obviously my most successful series on Football Manager 2017. It's the series I'm most proud of making ever on my YouTube channel, but I'm treating that almost like a pilot. I want to do it bigger and better. And Patreon will be involved. You can support me, you can support the series, and you can get rewards for doing so. I've already put a few reward tiers on my Patreon, but there's a few more to come. And I will release a video in a few weeks when I'm ready, when it's all ready, essentially, and you can start contributing towards that series. But obviously you'll be able to watch the series free of charge on YouTube, just the usual way. It's just for those of you that would like to support me and also get something in return. And obviously any way you support me is much appreciated. Just watching a video with the adverts turned on is helping me. But there are other ways. There's more ways, because you may have noticed on Twitter I have been tweeting out links to buy FM19, pre-order FM19. It's coming out on the 2nd of November, still a few weeks away. But if you're one of those people that always buys the game no matter what, then this is the place to get it. 2Game, who are a Sports Interactive affiliated seller of Football Manager 2019. And using my discount code, you can get it for £27.89. I don't know how that converts to dollars or euros, although beware, it's not... The games are sometimes... depending where you live, you might not be able to buy the game, firstly. For example, Brazil. You can now buy it in Germany for the first time ever, which is incredible. But through different websites, sometimes they're region locked, like it might only be available in Europe, but might only be available in Oceania. There's different things. So do check that. But that's the place to get it. And you support me because I'm affiliated with them. I have an affiliate link with them, affiliate relationship, whatever. So yes, that would be much appreciated if you do buy it from there. And it is the cheapest place to get it, I think, at the moment. It's a lot cheaper than Steam, so it's a win-win really. But there we go, another ramble from me, but primarily this video is to say thank you for 10 million views, and here's to the next 10 million. Who knows where this journey will take me, but I hope you join me on that journey. This is a bit cheesy now, isn't it? Join me on my journey. Join me on my journey through life. I'm really loving life. I'm really loving creating YouTube content for you, and I hope you continue to watch me and you enjoy my Football Manager 2019 content. I'll see you very soon. And just one more thing, this video was sponsored by OneFootball. You can find a link to their website in the description below, and also you can download their app for free. And I also forgot to say there's a link to 2Game where you can buy Football Manager 2019 using my discount code.